So let me start off by saying right now that there are also other factors that women go through that most people don't even think about and are completely oblivious to. That it doesn't promote women's health at all. So Donna Hughes, who is on the Coalition Against Trafficking in Women, says that women's compliance to multiple unwanted sexual acts results in trauma to the mind and body. Survivors of prostitution often report that each act of prostitution felt like rape. In order to endure the multiple invasions of the body, women use drugs and alcohol to numb the assaults to their dignity and bodily integrity. Eventually, the woman's physical and emotional health is destroyed. So, even though the women are going into the industry, they just feel so sick about it that they can't complete life anymore, so they fall back on drugs and alcohol and become chronic addicts, which just annihilates the whole population. So now that's and another thing that people don't see as an overall basis is that the state becomes the biggest pimp of all, even though they don't even realize it. And in the Pro-Con organization, Janice Raymond, who has a PhD, and she's the former co-executive director of the Coalition Against Trafficking in Women, said that we call legalized or regulated prostitution state-sponsored prostitution because although legalized or regulated systems vary, the common element is that the system of prostitution itself becomes accepted and legitimated by the state. The state effectively becomes another pimp living off the earnings of women in prostitution. So we're not bettering anybody if we legalize it. The people just are just having sex everywhere, and it's just becoming a disgusting issue that grows and grows as if it's passed. And contrary to the belief of most people that people use condoms and blah blah blah, and it'll slow down the AIDS process. Janice, again, says that it is argued that legalized brothels or other controlled prostitution establishments protect women through enforceable condom policies. And here's some stats about that. In one of CATW studies, U.S. women in prostitution interviewed reported the following. 47% stated that men expected sex without a condom. And 73% of women reported that men offered to pay more for sex without a condom. And 45% of the women said that they were abused and insisted that men use condoms. So the woman wants to protect herself, but she can't because, as society has been brought up, man always has power over the woman, and so they can just make them do whatever they feel like, and so you're not really helping anybody in any case, and it's just making people more violent and ill to the whole issue. And it also gets younger girls into the trade, and Tony Nassif, the founder and president of the Cedars Cultural and Educational Foundation, wrote in a letter in July 19, 2005, that whether legal or illegal, prostitution doesn't stop the spread of disease and the devastation of human soul, as well as the disintegration of the culture, society, and nation. What happens to the family of a man who engages a prostitute legally or illegally, if and when he contracts an STD? What happens to the family if he contracts AIDS and spreads it to his wife? What happens to the children when they find out and ultimately lose their parents through preventable disease? So people are just oblivious to the fact, even though that last quote says that if he was cheating, but it's hypothetical, that he wouldn't. But if he did, he would just spread it to more people, the kids would get it, and it would go and increase, and then the kids would go have sexual intercourse with other people and make it worse and just spread AIDS like it was the bubonic plague. So so legalization should not be a thought or issue anymore, even though the same amount has been used for the last few centuries. So just keep it the way it is, and everything will be fine.